Welcome to Board Shop, surfboard review. Here it is, the Firewire Evo. Wow, the demand for this board has been completely unprecedented. The hype around it has been amazing. They're finally here. The first ones are going out to a load of customers who have pre-ordered today. So let's talk through it. We'll look at the construction, the design of the board, what makes it work, the kind of waves it's going to work in, who's going to surf it, and what size you're going to surf it in. So construction first. As with all Tomo boards, it's in the LFT, the linear flex technology construction. So EPS composite foam blank, EPS composite stringer, which sits just below the top deck of the board, and then the mental channel situation. So you've basically got a double channel running through the center of the board, creating a little spine. And then each channel splits again into a double channel at the end here. So you've got double to quad channel in effect. So what that means for how the board surfs is the water flows under the board, creates lift and drive, which is fundamentally, along with the shape, what makes the board work. So it's nice, soft, rounded edges, not too much volume in the nose there, thinned out a little bit, but you can see it's a nice, soft, rounded board. It's like my wife's going to have to move out for a couple of weeks because I'm in love with this bad girl, sorry. So, the channels, like the Vader, gives it its speed. It is fast. It accelerates really fast off the bottom turn. It paddles really, really nicely. It's very stable when you first get to your feet. Big sweet spot. And it works. It just works so well. We've had a couple of surfs on it in not very good conditions, but you can feel the potential straight away. I've spent a lot of time looking at videos and all the reviews and from the States and Australia to get a bit of a rounded picture. And so wave-wise, it's going to go in anything from knee to overhead waves. Basically, the better the conditions, the better the board will work, the harder you can push it, the more it will perform. It's going to be better in slacker waves than the Vader. But it's not a groveler. It's not going to work in complete rubbish very well. It's got too much rocker, not enough basic flat area on the bottom of the board. So don't think of it as a groveler. You're still going to need your potato or your bottom feeder or whatever. But this is the board that you're going to jump on when it's knee high, fairly goodish all the way up. So wave-wise, the reviews, and having spoken to Tomo, in bigger waves, in more powerful waves, you might think that the rail's not going to hold or the nose is going to dig on late takeoffs, but actually the contrary. It's brilliant on late takeoffs. It accelerates into the wave, paddling and then up and riding really quickly, and the rail holds fantastically well. The soft rounded edges mean it doesn't catch, and it will turn in decent waves on a sixpence. Literally, you can push it so hard and it doesn't slide out, and that's to do with the rail profile, shape of the tail, etc, etc. So who's going to ride it? Anybody from low level intermediate all the way up to expert. You're going to get different things out of it. Some people are going to cruise, trim, have a massive smile on their face and just love its wave catching ability and how it surfs. Higher level surfers are going to love how hard you can push it and the speed it generates and just what fun it can be. Size wise, size it small as you're brave enough to do. To give you a for instance, if you've got a Vader or a Vanguard, something like that, Vader you come down an inch from the Vanguard. With the Evo you're going to come down an inch, or if you're brave, 2 from the Vader. So by example, this is a 5'4". This is my colleague Roger's board. He's 5'8", he thinks, 11 stone, and he's on a 5'4". I'm 6'1", 12 stone, and I'm going to try a 5'8", possibly a 5'7", but a 5'8" first. So just to give you an idea of where you're at, but don't just look at the volume, don't just look at the size of the board, think about the waves you're going to surf, your standard of surfing, and factor all those things in together. And then if you want some advice or whatever, give us a ring or email us. So the Evo, a one board quiver, anything from knee to well over overhead waves. Tailor the size to your ability, the kind of waves you're going to surf and what other boards you surf and you enjoy surfing, and you will have the time of your life surfing wise. You may also have to get your wife to move out because it just looks so much fun, and normally I'm far more miserable than this, but this is actually making me smile and making me happy.